Anybody have any questions, John? Any questions, Chris? Yes, sir. Go ahead. Anybody else?
So it's less than a month until the midterms, and President Trump seems to be taking on the role of being his own press secretary. Here now to discuss whether this is the best choice for the commander-in-chief is Howard Kurtz, Media Buzz host and Fox News media analyst. So you can really see, Howie, a stark contrast here in the past couple weeks. He is out, he's at the end of his driveway basically talking to everyone on it, not really, but on the way out to Marine One. He's doing all kinds of interviews. We've heard him call into shows. He's on with Shannon Bream. He's coming on Fox Business tonight. He's answering questions everywhere he goes. At the same time, you're not seeing, the press conference at 2 p.m. Is this a good strategy for him, and what does it mean for Republicans in the midterms in your mind?
Yeah, and there was the 60 Minutes sit-down, of course.
Oh, I can't believe him. Yeah,
He's his own press secretary, communications director, and chief strategist. And look, as Sarah Huckabee Sanders put it to me, with the absence of the briefings for 5 weeks now, who would you rather hear from, me or the President of the United States? This is a strategy that he cooked up. It wasn't devised by advisors. It's very much tied to the midterms, and it's very much tied to a sense, I'm told, that the president feels like he's had a pretty good stretch, starting with Judge Kavanaugh getting on the high court, unemployment down, the release of the American pastor from Turkey. And so it is certainly succeeding in the sense that he is dominating and driving the news agenda just about every day at a time when people are making up their minds about the congressional races.
It's also interesting because it takes a lot of the negative punch out of some of the things that he does that some people, for example, maybe female voters, feel like goes too far. When he hits back at Stormy Daniels or someone else like that, it'll make news for a minute, but then all of a sudden, he's moved the news cycle on to the next thing. A net, do you think that helps him? Or does it hurt him? Because he can step on good news, but he can also mute out mistakes or things that aren't playing well.
Yeah, I thought the horseface insult on Twitter was sort of the old Donald Trump, where he does sort of step on the news cycle. But in these interviews, I've watched him carefully and taking questions from the press. He's certainly been confident, enjoying himself. He hasn't taken the bait on certain questions. He's used a little bit of humor or sarcasm to deflect questions. So he's very much in control of the message. And look, this is a former reality show star who knows how to mix it up. So it's not just rallies. It's not just photo ops. He does the Kanye thing, and everybody in the press goes crazy for 4 or 5 days. The odd striking thing here, Melissa, is this is a president who, of course, virtually every day has been attacking fake news, dishonest media, failing New York Times. But when he needs the press, and he actually wants the press's approval, in my view, he certainly is willing to sort of open up the access, as you saw in those clips. Yeah,
and he's not just doing interviews with friendlies. I mean, he's out there taking questions all along the way, and a lot of those questions are hostile, so it's not one-sided. We got to run. We're out of time. Howard Kurtz, thank you, as always. We appreciate it.